MB&F celebrating their 20th anniversary. That is bound to make good things happen. Hey, I get it. Luxury watches can feel distant, sometimes even unrelatable. Most of us will never own one just like this. But here's the thing, watches like this aren't just about ownership. I like to think that similar to a multi-million-dollar supercar, you don't need to own this to be able to appreciate this. The LM101 is a milestone in MB&F's history. So first released in 2014, it was their most compact legacy machine at just 40 millimeters, but still carried that oversized suspended 14mm balance wheel, which has become an absolute icon in its own. Instantly recognizable, 100% MB&F. This watch showed three gorgeous essentials. So the balance regulating time is dead center, a power reserve to show you the heartbeat's fuel reserves at 6 o'clock, and of course the display of hours and minutes, also important, at roughly 2 o'clock there. It was also the first caliber entirely conceived by MB&F's own team, very important, very significant, with finishing and design input from none other than the legendary Kari Voutilainen. Over the past decade, it's been released in every metal and color imaginable, I am thinking here, and this has quietly become one of their most beloved machines. I suspect that is also because it's arguably one of their most wearable machines. So anyway, this LM101 receives the EVO treatment. Why? Well, MB&F launched the EVO line to make their wildest watches more wearable, right? Harder wearing, shock absorbing, water resistant, and ready for daily life. You know, when you want to jump from your jet straight into your pool without swapping watches. This LM101 EVO gets 80 meters of water resistance and a screw-down crown, and MB&F's patented FlexRing shock absorber that sits between movement and case. The case itself is titanium size at 40mm, but taller at 16.5mm, of course thanks to the domed crystal. It comes on an integrated rubber strap, super nice and suits the theme here. In short, it is MB&F's art, but tuned for reality, and I was told by MB&F that this was actually one of the top requests they received from their existing customers. Now, EVO here launches in two versions or two colors, so a salmon dial plate and a peacock green dial plate. Both used CVD coating. Now, the salmon is rare in MB&F's world, while the green is, well, rare in of itself, I would say, because honestly, for the first 15 minutes of holding this watch, I was convinced. The dial is blue, super interesting. It goes from blue to purple to green. All kinds of stuff is happening there, besides, of course, that sunburst effect as well. It's just overall fantastic. Now, the subdials hover just above the plate there, hours and minutes at 2 o'clock with redesigned white gold hands and the power reserve at 6 o'clock, now upgraded from 45 to a more generous 60 hours. I mean, what else would you want at this point? Floating above it all is, of course, the massive and instantly recognizable 14mm balance wheel held by those twin polished arches milled from a single block of metal. 100% MB&F. I would say if MB&F had a signature at this point in time, I would say that this is basically it. Now inside you'll find LM101 EVO caliber, manually wound with a Straumann double hairspring for stability and a slipping mainspring so you can't overwind it, not unimportant. Now on the back the finishing is, I'm going to say classic MB&F, but it's absolutely, of course, gorgeous, with a darker EVO twist here, so blackened bridges, Geneva waves, polished bevels, gold chatons, blued screws, all in the style of 19th century pocket watches. Very magnificent and in a way very unexpected when you look at the watch face first. Now, magnificent and for the most of us, unattainable. Yes, I get it. But even if you'll never own it, in a market where luxury often means the same tired slogans and celebrity ads, MB&F just builds machines that remind you what watchmaking can actually be. I mean, what would this industry be without these types of brands? It would be utterly boring if you ask me. This particular release is a 20th anniversary gift to their fans, gift that you still need to pay for, of course, but also a reminder to the rest of us and the broader watch industry. Watches do not have to be boring. They can inspire, they can excite and reconnect us with the joy of mechanics. So, if you had to choose, which would you take? The rare salmon or the shimmering green? For me, for sure, it's the blue dial. I mean, the green dial. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Thank you and see you next time.